Good morning, gang. David Guppelt, Thinker Farmer here. It is April 15th, so we're a few days from tax day. So we're basically to spring flush now. Of course, this is where the cows have been since yesterday and also the day before. So this is a large paddock. If I had to estimate, of course the grass over on the other side of this has not been grazed yet. We probably have, if I had to estimate, I don't know if it's quite 40 acres, but we'll say 30 acres in this paddock. And anyway, it's a pretty large area, so it has a tire tank in the middle of it, and so I just had and split it down the middle. Just put a line right down the middle of it over the tank, and then split it in, probably going to split it into about 6 pieces. This area they're going into tomorrow is a 2-day paddock. Today's Saturday, so Saturday and Sunday they'll have 2 days, so I don't have to come tomorrow. I get a day off. And anyway, these are the spring calving cows, so they're 2 weeks away. We start calving May 1st, and our grazing methodology or strategy here has changed. And of course, full-on spring grass. They've got a lot more forage, richer forage, so their stool is runnier. We're still feeding a little hay, not very much. They're getting to the point where they don't really want hay anymore. And I mean, you can look at them now. You might see a couple of the cows down there are still sitting down. When I showed up this morning, most of them were all just sitting down. As soon as they heard the four-wheeler and then me talking and such, they know they're going to get moved, so they're bunching up. They know it's time to move, but they're pretty content this morning. And you can see, I mean, it depends if you've been watching some of the videos. Of course, the grass is growing, but I'm leaving a lot more residual, and I'm going to try to move faster, keep up. I'm sorry, girl, I'm spooking you a little. I'm going to try to keep up. And of course, the stool, like I said, it's probably going to firm up over time. It's going to be a little runnier. I'm not going to pretend to be the finest at grazing yet and keeping their stool perfect, but I mean, it's also spring, so some of that's just going to happen. But I mean, they're showing up. They're starting to come towards me, but normally they'd all bunch up and they'd be chomping at the bit to move. But this morning, aside from the occasional cow that's just mooing, they're really content. They had plenty of forage. Normally they hammer the mineral. I think they were so busy yesterday with all the fresh forage, they barely touched it. Anyway, I'm gonna walk around the paddock, kind of look at what they've done grazing wise. Anyway, I mean, we can kind of go, might as well see what we're going into so we know what we're doing here. So yeah, at this point, if I had to average the forage height, I mean, from the bottom of my hand to my wrist is about 8 inches. So we might not be average 8 inches yet. It's a little shorter there. You can find it longer in other places, but I would say we're right at spring flush now in this paddock. Or pretty close enough. We're at that 6 to 8 inch height. Over here, of course, we're grazing it. I don't want to take it down too hard. Alan warned me about it, and I know from previous people telling me, you know, and we've had dry weather. We just got a little bit of rain this morning, not very much. Hopefully more to come this afternoon. And anyway, we're going to take it down, hopefully maybe a couple inches, I guess, overall 2-3 inches, and leave, you know, a few inches so it grows back, continues to grow back quickly. Anyway, I'm happy that spring flush is here, gang, and that the cows are content. Like I said, these girls, they're going to be calving start calving in the next 2 weeks. And so, you know, different times of year you have to manage for. I mean, there's a reason we calve in May. You know, Greg Judy calves in April. We're a little farther north. We're calving a month afterwards. And there's a reason that you you calve at certain times of year. There's a reason you graze differently at certain times of year. It has to do with the maintenance on your animals, the maintenance requirements for them. It has to do with the forage and everything. And so you've got to think about all that. You might have looked at these cows a month ago and said, man, you need to put a few more groceries in them. Well, if we'd put more groceries in them, we'd have been spending more cost, and we knew we could get some compensatory gain in April before they calved. So there's a reason we did what we did, and it's putting more money in your pocket instead of in diesel fuel and other expendables. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get them moved, see if we can get them to come. Woo! Come on, girls. We'll see if they'll come and move for us. They'll probably get envious once the overachievers go into the new paddock. I'm going to see if I can do a one-handed deal here. I've already taken the... Of course, I'm just energizing with pigtails. I'm going to see if I can't just do a one-handed deal here. Normally, they'd be pressuring me, but like I said, this morning, they're pretty content. So we'll just see if we can't move out of the way and watch them move for us. Alrighty, ladies, I'm a-moving. Whoop! Yep. Alright. They're starting to trickle in. They're looking pretty full though, looking pretty content. Of course, their coats are still shedding off, and some of the cows have been riding each other. I didn't mention, I don't think, but we don't have the bred heifers in this herd anymore. We transferred them closer to the, hey lady, I know I'm in the way, but you can go around me. We transferred them closer to the home farm where we can monitor them closely as they calve for their first time. And they'll be there. And then we consolidated all of our older spring calving cows, and that's what's here at the Neal farm now. Yeah, I feel pretty good about these cows of course they're also, and they're going to be big anyway because they got a big calf inside them. So anyway, gang, it's a beautiful Saturday morning, April 15th. I took some time Easter Sunday and got my taxes filed. So hopefully you've gotten them filed and get them off your mind so you can enjoy spring flush. Blessings for the journey, gang. I'll go ahead and look at these cows on green grass over here. Looking at the cows I'm waiting on instead of the cows that have already done what they're supposed to. Anyway, gang, blessings for the journey, and keep it real.